Tyrell, the TV Terror Lennox Lewis.
Remember to obey my commands at all times. Any questions? Protect yourselves at all times, guys. This tunk's a little high.
By any organization. Lewis comes out firing and lands a right hand to drive Bo into the ropes. Not Bo.
Thinking of the future, Larry.
Yeah,
Briggs looks a little soft around the middle to me.
Does that and has made a determined effort to come out of the blocks extremely fast. And now Briggs tries to get the jab going.
And you know, it's unusual for
Stop, don't put that.
the book on Lennox Lewis is that he's a very careful fighter. That Jim is quite a surprise. He looks like he wants to get it over with in the first round.
On American viewers seated at ringside. Wild right hand just missed by Lewis.
One of Briggs' biggest problems in the past was that he tried to punch and get out of the way at the same time. Sit down on his punches, and when he fights you, it's not any amateurs.
Most of which have missed so far, except for the one early connect that pushed Briggs into the ropes.
Which is very, very unusual for him. None of the side-to-side movement, not on his toes.
Lead left hook just missed for Lewis. Now two right hands land, and another. Round one coming to a close. Lewis lands two more right hands. Briggs in a little trouble, but the bell is going to sound.
There you see Lewis squaring off and trying to put some real hurt. Same sequence, different angle.
Quite a bit.
Well, he was exceptionally aggressive in his last fight against former cruiserweight Glenn McCrory, and he has come out firing again tonight. Lewis, once again, pinning Briggs against the ropes with right hands, and now Tyrell.
Short with the jab.
Well, Larry talked about the amateur experience. Professional boxing, you should put your glove through the target, and it took him a long time to learn to even try that.
The guy with a stiff punch, you knock him off balance. And
Tyrell Briggs' mouth, spilling over the lower lip. Left hand was solid.
Lennox Lewis looks like much the stronger guy physically, Jim. Looks like he can handle.
There was a solid jab from Briggs, and now he tries to follow up to the body and lands twice. That right hand did not connect. Uppercut is solid, and Tyrell Briggs once again. And Briggs with a left to the body and a left over the top.
Good stiff left hook by Tyrell Briggs. Completely flat-footed and really trying to bang away. That's what he told us he was going to do in the interview, and that's what he's doing.
Second half of this round, Briggs has started to come alive a little.
Stop.
Briggs really sustained his enthusiasm through a barrage of punches.
In fact, Briggs can land a couple of good, solid punches. He can get that adrenaline flowing.
And right now in this round, he's already taken two discouraging right hands. That one just missed. Lennox Lewis. And another. And there's the right hand he was supposed to follow it.
I like the way Lennox Lewis, after he throws a combination to the head. One thing I noticed with Lennox Lewis, there's that left hook underneath again. One thing I noticed, he really doesn't feint as much as I think he should feint. He walks, he gets within punching range and snaps that jab right out. Let the guy fall for the feint, then you nail him.
Head movement for Lewis could be a problem later on, particularly for a guy who's 6 feet 5 inches tall, and down goes Briggs from the solid right cross.
That was a good solid right hand right on the chin.
7, 8.
Tyrell's going to get up at 8. Gets a little breather. He showed courage against Bo. And there's another right hand, and that might be it.
2, 3.
I think that Tyrell is starting to think that to himself, Jim. That might be it.
Now he's going to make one more try.
Hey, you okay?
No 3 knockdown rule in effect here. No 3 knockdown rule. So Tyrell can go down again without automatically being out of the fight. Both knockdowns were on the right cross. Lewis throws another one. Briggs goes down again, and the referee's seen enough.
That's an impressive victory for Lennox Lewis.
Take a look at the 2-3 knockdowns make it in round number 2. There was the first solid right cross, as you said, Gil, right on the button. Tyrell making the mistake of coming up with. Here's the second of the 3 knockdowns. There's the wild left that Briggs threw in attempted retaliation. And clearly he was still groggy from the right cross that produced the first knockdown.
Yeah, the second knockdown was certainly not a solid punch. You can see it just about caught him almost in the back of the neck.
Knockdown number 3. They were against the ropes as Lewis tried to finish things off. The uppercut was vicious, and Briggs had had enough.
He certainly did.
There's the uppercut that set up the final punch.
Stops this bout in the 3rd round, enforcing the 3 knockdown rule. The official time, 2 minutes, 47 seconds of the 3rd round. The winner by TKO victory, still undefeated, Lennox Lewis.